Hi there, welcome to Yoga Smith. I'm Anu Lal, and today, talking about insomnia, we will be exploring some understanding from the spiritual world. Insomnia, the inability to fall off to sleep, feeds the $28 billion sleep industry. How does the mind get so busy that it refuses to sleep at night? Does our behavior during the day add to the white noise that the brain can't process at night? Can the Buddhist understanding of the mind help? Can we borrow a leaf from the ancient practice followed in the lovely island of Bali to calm down a little and sleep better? Scientists tell us that the brain works at frequencies of 14 to 30 hertz in our normal active day work and during conversation. Maybe anger, emotions of jealousy increase this frequency a bit, but then that's roughly the range that it stays in. Sleep makes the body and brain less busy, and in restful sleep, the brain frequency comes down to what is called the delta state, about 4 hertz. Depending on the quality of sleep you experience, light or deep sleep, dream or dreamless sleep. Now, what we do during the day and immediately before sleeping that doesn't let the brain reduce the frequency and fall off to sleep. There could be various reasons why this happens. There could be a jet lag, a traumatic job shift, hormonal changes, exhaustion, a hyper conversation with the boss, fight with a neighbor, snoring roommate, a partner who's streaming movies lying next to you, could be anything. But if it happens over a long piece of time, a long duration of time, it is chronic insomnia. Now, all these reasons have one common trait, that there is too much noise in the brain which causes a blur and doesn't let sleep settle in. In studying the Buddhist nature of mind or practicing yoga in Ayurveda, one thread runs common, which is practice silence in body, in speech, and in mind. Let's break these down further. When does the body experience silence? The body experiences silence when it is not in trauma. And we perpetually put the body through trauma. Physical exhaustion, overwork, stress, even an acid reflux, bloating, incessant coughing, smoking, medication, bad food. These are all examples of the body in trauma. Imagine trying to achieve Zen when constantly being bothered by the gas rising, which keeps on rising and rising. Now, what level of purification can there be? The chief agent to experience calm in the body is food. An Ayurveda lifestyle focuses on silencing the 3 doshas of the body and to bring it into balance. Different body types need different foods that create an experience of silence in the body. When these elements are in harmony and balance, when the body neither experiences too much of acid or gas, when the elements of space, wind, air, fire, water, and earth are in reasonable balance, there is silence in the body humours. This creates calm and a grounded feeling. In fact, the body is the easiest place to experience silence. Second, silence in speech. It sounds like an oxymoron, but let's dissect this a little more. Now, human speech is not periodic. It isn't the same decibel level throughout. It increases, decreases, and then we add emotions to it. Sometimes we also ourselves talk abruptly, sometimes we talk quickly. Researchers have found that changes in the features of speech like rhythm, stress, intonation result in resetting the oscillations in the brain of not just the person who's talking but also the listener. Now, what happens when we speak too much or when someone around us speaks non-stop? This puts the brain into the beta zone, just as loud music would have the same effect. The verbal diarrhea that is so prevalent these days, where our ego talks through us, elevating everyone into a beta zone. Now, traditional Buddhist methods of experiencing silence or calmness in the speeches by not indulging in frivolous dialogue or useless chatter, idle gossip, harsh speech, angry words, which disturb the equilibrium of the mind, which create white noise for the brain. In the Buddhist antidote is try speaking less for a day. Reduce the digital noise and conversations around you with TV, WhatsApp, social media. Try stopping yourself in a mid-sentence and ask yourself, was this sentence even required? Incidentally, the gorgeous island of Bali, an island I spent considerable time in last year, has a tradition called Nepi, which is a day of silence, radio silence. It's a public holiday, there is no traffic on the street, no digital conversations, the internet is switched off, even the airport shuts down. For anyone experiencing insomnia, I would strongly suggest set up a practice of Nepi for yourself. If not for the whole day, half a day. If not for half a day, just maybe a couple of hours. The mind, the final frontier, experiences silence when it does not have a mind of its own. All patients of insomnia are directed towards meditation classes, telling them that they should not overthink. Now, it is far more difficult to quieten the mind when the body doesn't calm down. Even if conversation stops, the mind has a movie of its own running internally. That's enough for saying goodbye to sleep. Any insomniac will tell you that life decisions are reviewed at 2 a.m. lying in bed trying to fall asleep. A basic mindfulness practice works. Maybe map your thoughts as they come and go during the day and try and reduce them. But what really works is breathing. Breathing works wonders to create more space and flex the mind muscles. So try pranayama to sleep better. Paraphrasing the Gita, the mind is the best friend of a person who conquers it. Otherwise, it's the greatest enemy. Basically, when the mind has a mind of its own, life is hell. Self-realization needs silence, else the phenomena around us called life does not reflect in our consciousness. Silence repairs the damage that is done inside. Silence lets the mind and spirit soar. Silence in body, speech and mind makes for better sleep at night and the most effective way to say goodbye to insomnia permanently. Do cultivate the silence. Thank you.